Hey guys, welcome to the Manc Gamer, and today we're going to be talking about Indiana Jones, and more specifically, the third-person view, or lack thereof, shall I say, which MachineGames decided to go with for some reason. First off, when Indy was announced, I was absolutely buzzing for it. We've not had a great Indiana Jones game since, I don't know, maybe, I think the only one I remember is from the Super Nintendo days, and that was good, but ever since then, I don't think I can remember another one. There was something in 2000 when they did like a tech demo thing where like he's fighting these guys on a tram car, which was pretty decent, but I think they ended up getting cancelled in the end. So yeah, when this one was announced, I was absolutely buzzing. I was dead excited for it, and I thought, oh yes, it's going to be good. They got the real Indy likeness. They got like Harrison Ford in the game. Like he actually looks like him. Got a guy who sounds like him. And it looks great. The graphics are on point. And then they revealed it, and I was buzzing. I was like, yes, we're getting another one. And then it showed gameplay, and it was first person. And I think I can speak for most of us, if not all of us, when we would have preferred it as a third person game. Not that I don't like first person games. I do. I love them. Some of them are great. But when you've got Indy, you've got his iconic hat, you've got his whip, you've got the look-alike of him, like the likeness of him. Like, why would you not show Indy? It's just really, really weird choice. Now, it was made by MachineGames, who have worked on Doom and they've worked on Wolfenstein, and these are good games in their own right, and I've got nothing bad to say against them. I love Doom, to be fair. But yeah, it's Indy. I'm guessing they didn't want to go too close to Uncharted, but Indy is Uncharted. I mean, why not just make it like that? Everyone would have loved it. No one would have found the problem with you making Indy a little bit similar to Uncharted, but then having your own, Indy spin on it with the things that Indy brings. Now, the reason they gave was, and I quote, to increase player immersion, allowing players to feel like they are actually stepping into the Indy shoes and experience the adventure through his eyes. Well, if that's the reason, then I don't want to see any more of my heroes portrayed in this way, because this isn't immersion. He killed it for me. It took everything good about Indy away from me, and it just made it boring. Yeah, it's just boring for me. Now, let's get to the scene where I think it proves that Indy should have been a third-person game. And it is the blimp scene. When you finish the Vatican and you're on the way to Egypt, I think this sums it up perfectly as to why it should have been a third-person game and not a first-person. For me, it sums up why Indiana Jones and the Great Circle should have been a third-person game. I mean, it shows off how good it looks. It shows the stakes. It shows the risks. It just looks so much better in third person. And I mean, it says something when my missus walks in the room and she's like, "Wow, this game actually looks good. Like, it looks amazing." And she's not the biggest fan of games. Let's just say that. Now, after this scene, it goes straight back to first person, and it's so jarring. It's just, I think after that, I only played like another hour and a half because I just got to a point where I was just like, I couldn't do it anymore. It was just really irritating me that it had switched to third person for certain things and then just jumped back into first person. And the best bits were when you're in third person and how you look at it. See, that's the thing that doesn't make sense. I mean, for your puzzles, for like things like climbing drain pipes or scaling walls, they have the third person things for it. And like I've said before, I don't mind first-person games. It's just, with this, the combat feels, do you know when you have a dream and it feels like you're punching a pillow? That's what it feels like to me. There's no weight behind it. You don't feel powerful. You just don't feel like Indy. It's as simple as that. Whereas it's a shame because they've got the sound effects. They've got the crack of the whip. They've got the over-the-top punches and stuff when you hit people. But it just doesn't feel like there's any weight to them whatsoever. It just kills it for me, and I was so disappointed by the way they went with this. And the thing is, I wanted them to prove me wrong. I wanted them to go, no, we made the right choice. First person is the right choice. And when I first played it, the beginning bit, you know, where that iconic scene where you're stealing the treasure and you're running away and the boulder's trying to get after you and the wall goes down, he grabs his hat. You know, oh, that was great. And I thought, you know what, I might be wrong here. It could be good in first person. And then literally like 10, 15 minutes after that, it just goes from fifth gear to second. And he just took it out. He took it out, man. Now, I put about 8.5 hours into it, so I give it a good go. But it just couldn't carry on anymore. It needs to be in third person. Just, if they're going to do another indie game at any point, make it third person. Everyone will love it. And now, it got good scores across the board. So this is the reason why I ended up giving it a chance. And so I thought, you know, I could just be wrong. Let's just go with this. But then I played it and I couldn't do it. Now, it's the same thing with the Avatar, Frontiers and Pandora game that came out last year. You know, I thought that would have been a good game, but you see in the Navi, you want to see the Navi character as you're playing with it. And they've seen the Area Ways, and they're going to release a patch in December, which is going to make it third person. And I'm going to dive into it then, and hopefully it's a great game, and I love it. So, I mean, could that happen in the future? Could they make a patch where you make it third person? I don't see it. I don't see it at all. And I will end on a little bit of what I think is good news. The design director of the game, Jans Anderson, has come out and said, Game Pass players drop in for 5 minutes and then they drop out. This to me just sounds like a shift in blame. I mean, would you rather people pay 60 quid, 70 quid, whatever it is, play 5 minutes and then just be done with it? Because then you've made your money off it, but it's just like people are still going to not play it. Like, what difference does that make? There's great games on Game Pass that people play, like Expedition 33 for once. That a lot of people tried that, wouldn't normally try it, and ended up finishing it and loving it. So, yeah, that's a bit of good news, I guess, because it means they may not be making another one, and it might be passed on to somebody else now, and they will go with third person. Anyway, that's my little rant about it. Am I wrong? Am I right? Should it have been third person? Do people love it in first person? There's actually a mod I've seen that does do it in third person, but you know, it's a bit janky because you know it's a mod. It's not a full overhaul of it. But yeah, if they made it third person, the combat would be so much better. You know, your parkour, I guess, would be so much better. I just think everything about it would be so much better. Like stealth sections, the fighting. Again, with the fighting, I mean, it's not like third. I think first person isn't a great thing for hand-to-hand combat anyway. The only thing that I can remember that did it quite well is Condemned, especially Condemned 2. I mean, they need remakes. They do need remakes, but that's for another day. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. Let me know. Am I right? Am I wrong? What do you think? Do you think there'll be another indie game soon down the line? And hopefully it'll be a banger. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Bye.